seen a person with vitiligo. When they came across our page on the news, he asked for my daughter to be a part of his album cover. So this is the album cover, and as you can see, Nikellia is right here in the front of the album cover. And they have been a part of the little mission with us for a minute, okay? His album cover came out, I believe it was in May 16th was his album cover. Okay, and I would like to introduce KK to y'all, let you know a little bit about her. She was not born with vitiligo. And as a parent, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have parents, correct? Okay, a lot of y'all have indifferences. I'm pretty sure you know what indifferences is. Some of y'all might be born different color. You might be Asian, you might be white, you might be Hispanic. You might have some type of deformity, whether it's your arm being amputated, whether you have leukemia, cancer, whatever the case may be. My daughter has vitiligo. Like I said, she was not born with it. It started when she was 4 years old. I didn't know as a parent why my daughter had vitiligo, why it was changing. So I decided to reach out on what? Social media. Okay, and at the time I was on Facebook. You know, I ain't know nothing about IG then. Okay, so I reached out on Facebook and I actually ran into Mrs. McCarthy's organization. From there, we have been on the move with vitiligo for like 4 years now, trying to get the awareness out, trying to let people know that just because she touched you, you're not going to get vitiligo. If you get spit on, if you get slapped, if she give you a high five, whatever, if she take a shower, whatever the case may be, you cannot get vitiligo. Vitiligo is internal. You get vitiligo either by it's in your red blood cells and your white blood cells, basically your myelin that is produced in your body. I know every last one of y'all in here, do you know where your birthmark is at? Anybody know where your birthmark is at? Some people? Okay, if you happen to look at your birthmark, don't you see that it's a different color than your natural skin? Okay, well that's the myelin that is produced in your body. So each and every one of you do have the vitiligo in your body, but it doesn't show up as the white patches that my daughter has, only because it has not attacked those skin cells. And normally those skin cells die in that white patch. It will not come back. So vitiligo is not curable. Okay, a lot of people think it's curable. It is not curable. You can work with a proper diet to try to bring it back. You can either, like she say, bleach yourself. I'll let Ms. McCarthy tell you more about that part. But I'm going to introduce Nikellia to you, let her be able to let you know a little bit more about her and how she became to have vitiligo. Okay.
Say my name. My name is KK. And how I came with vitiligo is when I was 4.5 at the time. My mama didn't know what it is, and how she first noticed it, it came as a rash. Not a rash, but it came on my body. So when
you know, I forgot about that. I thought that it was something on her bottom, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I thought it was something that was on her bottom. I thought her daddy was not changing her pampers properly. And I was like, you ain't changing my baby. Why she got this? But I did not know at that time, y'all, that she was having vitiligo. So, we give the girl, yeah, we got it's all right. Go ahead, tell the girl.
So, at the moment when my mama saw it, she took me to dermatologist, and we went to go and see what it was, and they diagnosed it as vitiligo, which is an autoimmune system, to where your red blood cells and your white blood cells mix together into your myelin, and they start to form white patches on your skin. So when my mama started noticing about it, it was that's when she met Miss McCarthy. That's when she met Miss McCarthy, and we started educating schools about my vitiligo, and every time that when my mama goes to a school, she like break the ice for me so I can, you know, kind of fit in with the kids. Cause if she wasn't, she's not the type of parent she is. If she was that type of parent that wouldn't go and break the ice for me, pretty sure most of the kids wouldn't even be my friends or anything, or that I wouldn't have nobody to hang out with. So,
Okay.
this is Ms. McCarthy, the CEO and founder of Vitiligo Market.
And this is her first time doing it without the paper. Usually she has a paper, but she's getting older, so she's learning how to speak her testimony. How it's yours. Okay? Yes. Awesome. Yes. So, okay, so this is Nakelia right here. Okay. And these are some of the other members. This is Governor Deal. He gives us a proclamation every year to bring awareness to the state of Georgia. And we have 18 other states around the U.S. that we do this with. This is the Atlanta Dream. They partner with us every year, right? And they started that because of Nakelia. When she came to our organization, she was so upset and being bullied. And I wanted to make her feel happy, you know? So we partnered with the Atlanta Dream. And they work with us, and we have more kids, we have adults, and they come to the game for free. And we have fun as a group. These are some of the members. I'm sure you probably see them if you're on Facebook or IG. They're pretty popular on that. So this is Nakelia here. Recently, they introduced a bill into Congress, right? By Congressman Hank Johnson. He's the only congressman that has vitiligo. So we met with him last year. And, you know, we told him what was happening, and told him about the bullying and stuff. So he introduced a bill in March, right, for the bullying and to people with vitiligo. So pray to God that, you know, we have something, you know, that will give up when we cry, you know. Yes, yeah, thank Jesus. All praises to God, okay? So let's just move down. Okay, so what is vitiligo? Does anybody know what vitiligo is? Raise your hand. Right? Yeah, right? Yes. So basically, it's autoimmune and it's non-contagious. Okay? It does not hurt. People usually think it hurts because it looks painful. People think it's a burn. That's the first thing when you see it. It looks like a burn. Okay? So it doesn't hurt. But what does hurt is when people come up to you and they look at you like, or you know, they scorn you over all these different things, okay? So that does hurt, okay? So compassion. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, so basically, does anybody have vitiligo in their family? Awesome, okay. What's your name?
Then raise your hand, yes.
Who has vitiligo? You who?
Oh, my lady.
Okay.
Okay.
Your cousin.
Okay, and somebody else raise their hand. Who has? Me. You have vitiligo?
No, my uncle has.
Your uncle? Okay, Nakelia, go
She
ahead.
had. She
Oh,
had.
somebody else?
And yours?
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, who has
Okay.
vitiligo? Give them a flyer for what everybody's going to get one, but give them each one.
Everybody else is going to get one of these.
Yeah, but
papers.
just give it
We're
to
just
them.
giving them to those three right now.
Raise your
because
hands, raise your hands.
We have an event that is coming up that they may want to be a part of.
Okay,
And
wonderful.
y'all
Miss
can
Roberts,
also
you
be a
gonna
part
wear
of
me
it.
in this? Can you make copies?
Please, we really, really need those.
You gotta pay somebody to get it. All right.
Okay, so we have like 3 million people in the U.S. with vitiligo and 65 million people in the world with it. Any race can get it, any age. Babies as young as 6 months can, you know, come up with vitiligo, and the parents usually don't know what it is. They usually misdiagnose it and think it's eczema. Okay? So, of course, we know Michael Jackson. How many people believe that Michael Jackson had vitiligo? Raise your hand.
That y'all believe that he had
Yes.
vitiligo?
How many people think he just wanted to bleach his skin out? Raise your hand. You see? Right? So we in 2017.
Now y'all know, wait, hold
Raise
on.
your hand.
Yeah, y'all know. Now y'all know if you are, okay, so if you are this skin color, you would just want to turn around and just bleach your skin to be white? How many of y'all want to do that? Okay, so that's what we're saying. Y'all know when he was on BJ and Billy and all that, he was about as black as me.
Whoa.
And then one day that you turn around and see him and he's a different color. That's because he had vitiligo, but the image that Michael Jackson had to uphold, he didn't want to be teased. He didn't want the media to know and make fun. He didn't want people to know that. So he just, Michael Jackson had a lot of money. I don't got his money. If I did have some money, you know, I doubt that I would even bleach my daughter's skin because I love her the way she is. Now, as a parent, I would want to take it away from her because I would want to give her a life that she would not be teased and bullied and stuff like that. I didn't live that life already, so I wouldn't care if anybody talked about me, if my teeth was missing, if my nails was gone, whatever the case may be, I wouldn't care because I didn't live that life, but my daughter has not been able to live that life. So I'm just saying that love the color that you are, love the skin that you in, love everything about you. Don't worry about what somebody else says about you. You are you. God made you the way that you are, and don't change yourself for anybody.
Right.
Okay?
And that could be anything. Yes. It could be anything. Okay, so the important thing is to know that shame could happen anywhere. Not just in the vitiligo community, it could be anything. And in this day and age we live in, it's important to embrace diversity. We are all different, but at the end of the day, we are all human. Okay, we all breathe the same air. We all bleed red. You understand? So that's the important thing. Is don't allow shame to make you do something negative. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so let's keep it moving. Yes. Okay, so we saw Miss. Yes, we did that. Okay, so the other thing is, the interesting facts, vitiligo can be managed. Okay, if you catch it early, it can be managed. If you see a small white spot, you know, sometimes it comes back. But if you see that spot starting to spread, like other little spots starting to spread, have your parents take you to a dermatologist, okay, so that they can do a skin biopsy, which is when you take a piece of the skin and have it tested, okay, and you could, yes, so there are other things that could trigger vitiligo, okay, which is low vitamin D, thyroids, and also your adrenal glands, okay, stress and environmental triggers, okay, so one thing I want you all to know is that anybody bleach their skin in here? Anybody? Anybody know somebody bleaching their skin? Okay, in those lotions, there's something called hydroquinone, okay? And you can also get vitiligo from bleaching your skin, okay? It's called chemical vitiligo, okay? The reason why we have these gloves up here, gloves is also this right here, this chemical called monobenazole, okay? It's inside this glove. And people who might have vitiligo or have the trait to get vitiligo, it will trigger vitiligo, okay? So this contains this monobenazole. A lot of people don't know that. Even some sunscreens that you use on your skin has this. These are chemicals that bleach your skin. Okay, so you all need to be aware of that. Okay?
Because I know a lot of y'all go swimming in the summertime, right? All right, then put that wrong stuff on there, then you get a white patch. What?
Right, and usually sometimes some people develop it from a bad sunburn.
Yeah.
Okay? Yes. So yes, this is about the bill. You can actually click on this link and you can see Congressman Johnson talking about the bill. Okay? And he's the only congressman that has vitiligo.
House come to order. For what purpose does the gentleman from Georgia seek recognition?
And he's right here in Georgia.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to introduce a bipartisan resolution which designates October 17th as National Vitiligo Awareness Day. Vitiligo is a chronic medical condition resulting in the loss of skin pigmentation. Studies show that about 50 million people worldwide are diagnosed with vitiligo. In the United States, around 2 to 5 million individuals are affected. Michael Jackson had it. The American Academy of Dermatology refers to vitiligo as a life-altering disorder that can result in low self-esteem, anxiety, and depression. Children with vitiligo are especially vulnerable to being bullied because of their looks. They have a harder time making friends and are more likely to perform poorly at school. We have the power to change this. By naming October 17, 2017 as National Vitiligo Day, we highlight the importance of providing support to individuals diagnosed with vitiligo in an effort to improve their quality of life. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Vickers, you used the term global jihadist movement and thus identified the global jihadist movement as the focus.
And he's the only congressman with vitiligo. Okay, how we were drawn to him, that was just purely divine. Okay, how do you find that? We gotta have those eyes to see. Okay, so how we bring awareness, we celebrate our members on social media, and we have local events in Georgia and beyond. Okay, not just in the state of Georgia. We educate our members and the public. Okay, it's important for us to educate our members so they know what they have and they can educate other people about it. Yeah. And this right here, yeah, you can click on that. That's a video, I believe, from one of the doctors that we work with in India. We have a doctor, Dr. Howard.
Big tobacco targeted people with mental illness. In fact, they gave free cigarettes to psychiatric facilities.
To the patients, to the system, to the people who work in the system, and so on.
I'm Dr. Anand Prasad Palla. I'm from India. I have a clinic called Melnosite based in Delhi. I'm specialized in dermatology, but I only practice vitiligo. Last 4-5 years, I'm exclusively into vitiligo treatment. So during my dermatology training days, so I was more inclined towards surgical treatments in dermatology and also unconventional treatments. So during my thesis, like we have to do a dissertation on particular subject. So I chose a subject on vitiligo, that is cell transplantation in vitiligo, and I got the opportunity to modify the procedure. And by seeing the improvement in like a lot of patients' life, and also in my life, because I got a lot of recognition because of my work before I finished my MD dermatology. So I decided to focus more on this particular field. Even though initial part I had some problem because it is very rare to have an exclusive vitiligo practice. However, after a lag period, I came to have some of the success, and now I'm exclusively focusing on vitiligo.
Okay, so how did you first make a connection between the new treatments you offer and the
initial phases it was difficult because even like you have newer option, but patients were not ready because they are already frustrated by trying multiple options. So every option they assess based on their previous failures. So when you come across with a new treatment, it is very difficult to convince. But after some lag period, some time, we were able to convince few patients, and they come for the treatment, and they got the result, and we used those results to convince more patients. So once that happened, success were coming regularly. So we got lot of patients. So now it is not difficult for me to convince patient because there are a lot of success stories. So initially it will definitely, even in Emory we had the same problem because it is new here.
Yes.
So now 3 patients rolled up. If they get very good result, next patient. Vitiligo is a life-altering condition characterized by single or multiple well-defined white patch anywhere in the body. It is not a contagious disease. It can happen to anyone. And there are types of vitiligo as well, like segmental vitiligo, generalized vitiligo, focal vitiligo. So vitiligo is not a single problem. It has multitude of presentation. So it is not a single entity. There are multiple triggers because I consider vitiligo as a lifestyle disorder. There is a genetic susceptibility. I'm not saying it a hereditary or genetic disorder. I'm telling genetic susceptibility. Just having genetic susceptibility, nobody will get vitiligo. They need some triggering factors. This triggering factor can be trauma, any kind of trauma, physical trauma, even stress. Everything plays to trigger the vitiligo, basically through free radical damage. Then lifestyle is a very important issue here. Diet, lifestyle. You have to have a healthy lifestyle, otherwise vitiligo can be triggered. Next is like some chemicals like hair dye, then footwears like plastic and rubber footwear, they might trigger the vitiligo. And one of the trigger, I feel that too much treatment or no treatment in vitiligo. So that makes vitiligo worse. If you experiment too much, then also it is problematic. If you don't take any treatment, you leave it like that and you don't try to intervene, then also it increases. Vitamin C, like especially where the country I come from, India, so we have Indian system of medicine where most of the patients, they were advised against vitamin C intake. So I get lot of patients who are not at all taking vitamin C for long, but still they are not getting any improvement.
Any one of y'all have any questions about vitiligo so far?
Did y'all learn anything?
Can somebody tell us something that you learned so far from vitiligo?
No question.
Because you know that y'all are getting extra credit for this class. You know that, right? Anybody been taking notes? Yeah. Y'all in high school. Come on now. I'm trying to graduate like y'all are. Okay. Back there, what's your name? Please state your name and then tell us your question, please, babe.
Yeah, tell us.
Question, I thought you said you could take up.
Okay, that could be fine too, babe. What's your name?
My name is Naisha.
Okay, Naisha. Pretty name.
Thank you. I learned that when you get vitiligo, when the red blood cells and white blood cells come together, it create the skin.
Yes.
Well, just to be clear on that, that's good, but it's where something comes into your skin, like an environmental toxin, get into your skin, okay, and attack the melanocytes, okay, that create the melanin in your skin. So that's all it does. It just goes after that cell, okay, and it takes the melanin away.
I actually have a question. Does it start off in small patches?
Yes, it can be very, very tiny.
It's really small.
And then and then what happens is if it starts spreading, there will be like other little spots, and then it might form like a little heart shape sometimes. What you want to do is have your parents take you to the dermatologist, because the earlier you catch it, the doctor can manage it with some of the therapies that are out there. There are stuff called corticosteroids that you can put on the skin and will stop the spread of it. Okay.
How many of y'all take vitamins in here? Okay.
Good.
I was saying that to say because she was missing D3. I mean, well, yeah, D3.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D. But a trigger though too, a lot of y'all drink milk?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, milk is really not good for y'all anyway. When you, after you was a baby, you was supposed to be off milk long time ago. Okay. But to say that is to say she's allergic to milk. That's what I found out. And that was a trigger that was spreading her vitiligo more. It was just like yeast. If you know what yeast in bread is, it blows up. Also, wheat bread. She cannot eat any wheat bread because that's yeast also. So it could be a lot of things, y'all, that you're putting in your body, that you're not putting enough in your body of, that can trigger vitiligo.
Right.
So,
and then also you can be anemic as well, because we have some of our women that come up with anemia.
Low iron.
If your iron is low, you want to definitely go and see your doctor so that they can replenish your body and get you on something to help your body build back up. Because when your body's lacking, it's just like a car. If you don't have gas, your car is not going to run.
Well.
Okay, so if your body's talking to you and telling you, hey, I need something. Okay? So, yes, ma'am?
I got a 25. You said that hair dye can cause...
Yes, there's chemicals in there that trigger. Even some relaxers.
Don't get fired, girl, though. Don't worry about it.
They can trigger. It doesn't mean like if I dye my hair, I can get vitiligo. It's not saying that. It's saying these are some of the things that scientists have found that can trigger the disorder. Doesn't mean that if you drink milk, you're going to get vitiligo. If you dye your hair, you're going to get it. That's not what she's saying.
You just trip me out. I drink milk every day.
Right.
It might work for your body.
Well, you know what? But then again, in milk, there's a lot of hormones that is being put in our milk, ladies and gentlemen. That's probably one of why y'all kids is like going up a little bit faster than y'all supposed to be.
They give us milk in school. I'm about to drink some at 11 on that.
To be honest with you,
I'm drinking True Mood every time.
But to be on a serious note, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all really did your research on milk, you will find out that the government is putting some extra stuff in the milk that y'all do not know about. And it is triggered. We don't know about that. We don't know the why. We don't know the why when they do. I'm just trying to tell y'all that if y'all really do your research on milk, you will find out that they've been putting some X, Y's, and Z's in your milk that you do not know about. Okay? I'm just being honest with y'all. You know, it's better to educate you to know than you don't know, and then you be like, what the world?
John, what you say?
So how do we like support y'all?
Okay, so
and we got a walk that's coming up. You look like you can walk too. I bet you.
We have a 5K walk. Yes, ma'am.
But we're gonna give them out. We're gonna pass more of them out. Or you can just scan this. Y'all can be able to take a picture of this, however you want to do it.
What's your question?
Yes, more questions, ladies.
Yeah, I'm on
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But it's not that you're gonna get it, but it's just a precursor for getting it.
Right. Go ahead, sweetie. What's your name?
Yes.
Juliana.
If you volunteer, do you go places? Like, I know you'll go certain places, but where are some places you go?
Like the walk? Yeah, but we have the 5K walk in November. We usually go to the Hawks games or the basketball games.
We get tickets to all those games. If y'all would like to go out to the games, the basketball, the football games, we get tickets, and you know, we're just asking for.
The other thing I want to just tell you too, if you think you have vitiligo, Emory has a dermatology department. There's doctors there, Dr. Rice, and they would be able to help you.
At Emory.
Yes, Emory Dermatology. Okay, that's the hospital that we work with here in Georgia. Okay, and we usually refer a lot of our, patient members to that location.
I have a question. Finish. Somebody's asking something.
Go ahead. You go ahead. What do you
guys recommend as far as treatment? Do you recommend people do treatment, not treatment? Is it a point that you stop treatment? Is it an ongoing? Is it a lifestyle thing of treatment?
Okay, so it is lifestyle. What we recommend is the first make sure that you have vitiligo first. Okay, so you want to meet with a dermatologist to confirm that, and they will guide you with what to use. Okay, there are holistic ways. If you find out that you have an imbalance in your body, like low vitamin D or a thyroid problem, and you take care of those things, your body will repigment. You know, I'm one of those people where I found out that I had vitiligo. I have more vitiligo. I found out from Dr. Holler you could treat with vitamin D and B12. My vitiligo actually repigmented. Okay, so there is a give and a take. Okay, and there is hope. Okay, so don't give up. Okay, and Kayla has done it. We've done a little program where she's actually done more green stuff. Come on, put on vitamin D. And
you can get it at Kroger's. It's called Green Goodness. It's in the section right there where you get your fruits and vegetables and stuff. And she drinks a lot of that. So her
able to manage.
Right. It has stopped. She has stopped depigmentating all over her body. It used to be worse. It used to be like sporadic everywhere. But it has literally stopped over her eyes. It was right here on her eyes, all of this was white. So now it's forming back over her eyes, a lot over her mouth. I mean, it's just stopped. So I noticed by giving her more greens, she has to be fed with lots of greens. So, and
then
less
keep your
stress.
skin moist.
So I tell her she don't stress me, I won't stress her.
Yes, keep your skin moist and you shea butter.
That's the relationship we need.
That's what I'm talking about. Stop stressing me.
Yeah,
stress you.
Yeah,
Oh, extra credit, November the 4th, there's a walk. And we were trying to make copies, but the room where the copies are is locked. So I'm gonna try something else.
So
you can use your phone and scan it.
We can pass this paper around right quick. Y'all can take a picture of it so you can scan it, or you can also go and register it on your page.
I can scan it and put it on my website.
I'll send one around that side. I'll send you one around.
Let me scan it.
So y'all can or you can just write the information down.
What's your photographer skills, guys?
And bring one back here. You can write the information down. Take a picture of it. We would love to see all y'all come out. You can walk one day.
Here it is. And I'll get this and I'll put it on
It's my chance to walk in front of the camera.
Yeah, how about that?
That's a great question.
We're tripping
She
out
wanted to
now.
know, could you be born with vitiligo?
I haven't seen a case like that, but we have babies as young as 6 months developing it.
So it's not a genetic?
It is genetic, so it could be in a gene, but it comes up after you're born. Because it's not like
something has to trigger it.
Been drinking milk every morning for the past how many
She has
years?
still another question.
I'm about to get there.
Speak up, babe.
Is there anything for like the little babies to take?
I'm sure the dermatologist would probably put them on something for their age group. But usually with adults and seniors, they want to do like vitamin therapy first before they put them on any type of steroids. And some of the steroids is cancer causing. So we have like a double-edged sword. You have to be careful on the steroids that the doctors want. Because some of the steroids could cause cancer. Yeah, that's why, we kind of do the holistic approach, just to keep away from.
And KK, she cannot go out in the sun. She cannot be out in the sun too long because the skin will start burning. It'll start turning like red patches. It'll look like a flowery patch that will start coming around her eyes or her skin and stuff. So she has to wear a sun visor. She can't be outside too long. And have to get the sunscreen that is the repellent that will be able to not let her be able that
Yeah, the one with no bleaching and not bleaching.
Right, no bleach, no dye, no none of that on your skin. So we thank you for all coming. We really appreciate it. You can keep that paper if you
Anybody
need it,
want a
baby.
photo? We witness already take a photo with them. Anybody want a photo with KK, with us?
And if you like to follow her on Instagram, it's called KK the Cutie Star. So we'll have a lot of information on her IG page if you'd like to be able to keep up with us. So you can be able to come out and be a part of this. We do a lot of things.
Anybody
Anybody just did the Ludo Fun Day thing? Anybody went to Ludo Fun Day?
go.
Why y'all didn't come out and meet Luda and all this stuff? We had a lot. We had a lot. Okay. Well, y'all have a blessed day.
Third period, yes. Put it in the tray. You know the rules. All your work, put it in the tray. Juliana, remind us to discuss our 3 things. 3 things we learned, 3 things we want to know.
You want these? No.
In the tray, yes.
Thank you, Jay.
Quiz tomorrow. Don't turn in no shit. You gotta study. I told you that last week, Miracle Brown.
Bye, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have a good day, okay?